Hello, everyone. So I'm Lipi Banerjee.
And I'm Chaitali Goswami.
So we are a team of two highly acclaimed individuals with varied experiences. And we joined hands together towards one vision of empowering people to achieve their dreams and achieve their desired outcomes. And in the process, Limitless Choices was formed. And Limitless Choices will be focused on creating diverse platforms of various kinds that will be offering solutions on health, wealth, relations, etc. So our major services would include life coaching, workshops, trainings, consulting. So when I say consulting and our services, so these are our services. I'll name few of them as you will be able to read them also. So I also happen to be a numerologist and astrologist. So there will be breakthrough coaching, there will be goal setting coaching, there will be coaching through numerology, coaching for better results in studies, there will be coaching and therapy regarding weight loss and skincare and many more. So now we'll be talking about what is neuro-linguistic programming.
As we take you through the session today, we will talk more about NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. We will check what is neuro-linguistic programming altogether, and especially why we should learn neuro-linguistic programming. What is the history behind neuro-linguistic programming, and what are the different uses or how we can use neuro-linguistic programming in our lives and in the lives of others. So today what we will be discussing, or throughout our course activity, or the videos that you will be seeing would be based on, as I said, would be on what is neuro-linguistic programming, the various uses, the human communication model, the principles and pillars of NLP, the neurological levels that is defined in NLP, the generative success, presuppositions, state versus outcome, wheel of life and goal setting, sensory acuity, rapport, representational system is how do we identify a learner type in there. Then we will talk about linguistic presuppositions, the annotations pattern, hierarchy of ideas, meta-linguistic, meta-model. And then we will also talk about different techniques or tools that we have in NLP, like agreement frame, submodality checklist, swish pattern, anchoring, circle of excellence, fast phobia cure, which is the hot selling NLP tool that we have. We will introduce you to strategy, what is modeling, and we will also talk about prime directive and conscious mind, which is very important to know the technique of timeline. So with that said, today our first chapter or the first video would be about NLP. And within this section, we will be talking about why we need to learn or we need to know about NLP. What is NLP? What is the history and the concept behind NLP? So with that said, let us look into why we should learn NLP. It is basically to make you feel more powerful, more confident, more sought after, and of course, so that you can achieve your goals very easily. Have you ever imagined, or has it ever happened that you have said something and after some time you realize that this was not your intention, or what has been projected was not what was intended? Has it ever happened that you feel powerless and you lack control over your mind and self, and it seems that nothing is going your way? Does it also happen that you have no control over your own thoughts and mind? Now, how does it feel when you are in such kind of a situation? I'm sure that these thoughts and feelings render you powerless, doesn't it? Now, this is where NLP is going to come and work as magic. When you are NLP trained, you know that you will have full control over your mind. You will feel the power within you to proceed with the planned work that you have for yourself. Again, has it ever happened that you feel ignored, away from your relationships? No matter what you do, it seems that your affiliations are just snapping and none of your relationships are ever working? Now, again, this is where NLP works as magic. When you are NLP trained, you will know that what it takes to build a relationship, be it a personal relationship, be it a professional relationship. You will know how to solve any problem and take the right decision at the right time. You will then become the go-to person for anybody and be the most seeked after in the relationship. You will become popular when you are NLP trained. Has it ever happened to you that you work very hard, yet every time you seem like lagging behind than others? It seems that you are not being able to achieve your goals. How does it feel? It feels that you are not really going ahead in your life. You are stuck. You are not being able to achieve your goals. And when you know NLP and you are trained in NLP, you will know how you should set your goals, and you can easily bridge any gaps that is there to enable you to go and achieve your goals, and you become extremely successful. So, this is the reason why you should learn NLP. It will make you more powerful, it will make you affiliated, and it will propel you towards success and to achieve your goal. Now, when we talk about these powerful terms of becoming powerful, in control, affiliated, popular in our own field, and successful in our own field where we are achieving our all goals that we set, let us also talk about what is this NLP? What is the history behind this NLP? How will NLP help us? Let us just look into that.
So simply put, what is NLP? Simply put, it is the study of what works and can be replicated for the self and others. That is NLP. NLP is based on two basic concepts, as can be seen on the screen also. One is cybernetics, that is how systems are organized based on feedback. And the second concept is human communication and constructivism, that is, which talks about how the reality is based on the construction of information in an individual's mind. So now NLP can be understood in terms of three broad components. There are three parts. One is NLP is subjective experience, that is the behavior in self, in others, the behavior which can be modified by manipulating these sensory-based subjective representations. Then the second concept is consciousness. NLP is predicated on the notion that consciousness is bifurcated into a conscious component and an unconscious component. Those subjective representations that occur outside of an individual's awareness comprise what is referred to as the unconscious mind. Then the third component is the learning. NLP utilizes an imitative method of learning, that is modeling. It is also termed as modeling. That is claimed to be able to codify and reproduce an exemplar's expertise in any domain of activity. An important part of the codification process is a description of the sequence of the sensory or linguistic representations of the subjective experience of the exemplar during execution of the expertise. So we can understand that these terms are becoming pretty complicated and tough, but as the videos progress, we'll be coming up with many more videos, so things will become very easy to understand. So NLP history goes back to the 1970s and is created by Richard Bandler and John Grinder. So Richard Bandler was a graduate student of computer programming and psychology, and John Grinder was a professor of linguistics in the same university, and they co-founded NLP. And they based their findings on the work of psychiatrists Fritz Perls, Virginia Satir, Milton Erickson. Of these, Virginia Satir is a very, very famous family therapist. So they studied the communication pattern of famous psychiatrists and modeled their pattern of attaining success with use of linguistics. So now we come to the definition. So what is the term? It is neuro-linguistic programming. So neuro would simply mean mind, how the mind works. Each individual has their unique way of perceiving data, that is information that they receive from the outside world. The mind receives information, keeps what it has to, and throws away quite a lot of information. This phenomenon is very individualistic, since it differs from person to person. The information that is retained is then structured, compartmentalized, organized, and a mental map is formed in that individual's mind. This is the neuro part of NLP. Now we come to linguistic. Linguistic is simply language, the language we used, English, Hindi, all kinds of language. Again, the meaning assigned to each information or mental map formed is very, very individualistic. Like, for example, take the word cool, C-O-O-L. It is an English word. Okay, this word have immediately comes to mind, even in English, two meanings. Cool means it is cool, cold to touch. And cool is like, okay, he's a cool person, or I'm agreeing to what you are saying. Similarly, this very same word cool becomes a completely different object when used in Bangla language, means Bengali language. In Bengali language, cool is a fruit, seasonal fruit. Okay, that is cool. So the mental map formed post assigning of language is called the linguistic map. Now we come to programming. In simple terms, it is the set of instructions or algorithm which produces the end result. This it is based on mental map and the linguistic map created in the brain. The behavioral pattern would also be very, very individualistic. We all know that each individual have a different response to a particular situation. So this is called programming. It is widely said that NLP is not about proof, it is all about results. So if something is working and it can be replicated, then it is included in the NLP model. So that is all about what is NLP. Now, NLP and the uses of NLP in our lives.
NLP can be used in various way in our lives, and we can use it for our own self. We can use it for others as well. So let us look at how we can use it for others. And on the screen, you can see that when we use it with others, it increases your engagement with that person. So you can use NLP to build rapport with a person, listen what the person says. It's an art. We all know that listening is an art. And NLP teaches you how to become a good listener. What is it that you should listen also makes a lot of a difference in the way you interact with that person. Then understand the other person's model of the world. Like Lipi said, that everyone has a unique way of perceiving things or perceiving the expressions that are received from the outside. This becomes a particular person's model of the world. NLP enables us to understand other person's model of the world, which in turn will help in building bigger rapport. Now, when we are doing NLP therapy, it is sometimes important that we loosen the other person's model of the world so that they can be acceptable to the healing that you want to produce to them. So NLP is also used, it teaches us how to loosen other person's model of the world to be able to be more acceptable. Then propose our propositions. If you have to propose something, a proposition like in sales, like in marketing, you are proposing that this is what you need to buy. How you need to propose a proposition is also something that NLP helps you to learn. Then usage of flexible language, which is extremely important. We communicate with others through our language. Now, how to be flexible using our language so that we can communicate easily? Our communication can reach to the other person and we can be perceived in the way that we are actually intend to be perceived. So use of flexible language is also something that we will learn in NLP. Then create an image of your proposition in other person's mind, make the image stronger, and then tune the customer completely to the idea that you have is something that you can learn how to do when you learn NLP. This way you become successful in your endeavor towards a goal with a very, very positive and strong intention. For self, it increases your self quality, your own personality. Now, here is where some of the major tools of NLP can be used to empower oneself, empower your own self. And also, you can help others to do this. Like, for example, there is a pattern called swish pattern, which can be used to change any kind of unwanted behavior that you have. Like, for example, in any given situation, you become very angry and you do not want to be angry ever after. So you can use swish to change that behavior of anger. Then there is something called circle of excellence, which you can use in particular situations. For example, if someone is very scared or does not feel very confident when going in for a presentation, this is where the circle of excellence comes in. You have your own circle of excellence and you can use that just before a presentation and feel that confidence in you for giving the presentation. Then there is a tool called likes to dislike, which you can use to dislike something that you think you like and it affects you. For example, a person is in a habit of eating a lot of sweets, and with that, the person is becoming healthier, which is not very healthy for that person, if I may have to say. Then the person can choose to dislike this love of sweet by using this tool. Then quickly stay in a particular emotion. We can anchor a state in ourselves. Say, for example, I want to feel happy at all point of time. I can use an anchor anywhere and feel happy anytime I want to. Then NLP teaches you this method of strategy of how you can sequence your mental map. As Lippy had just said, that there is a programming, there is a set of sequence of data that goes into the mind. How to identify that sequence and how do you want that sequence to be able to achieve the goal is strategy. Then we have time-based therapy to cure certain problems that is very way back in the past and then improve our future. Fast phobia cure, as the name suggests, it is a very, very popular technique of NLP, which enables you to get rid of your phobias. Then there is change personal history, which is used to change any unproductive memories that you have from your past, which is actually hindering you from achieving your goals. Then there is perceptual position, where you can use this tool and this methodology to deal with any conflicting situation that you might have with anyone. And then, of course, paths integration, a very, very powerful tool where you can actually use and experiment to deal with any kind of dilemma that you might have in your mind. With this, I'm sure it will enlighten you of how NLP is going to help you, why it is important that you learn NLP, why it is important that you not only use it for self, but also for others, with others, so that everyone can benefit from the education and knowledge of NLP. We will close our first chapter today with this, and we'll come with our next chapter very soon to talk about more. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you for watching. Any comments, any queries, you can please write on the comment section. Thank you once again.